Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith, and today I am talking about Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. This is from Flatiron Books. And you know what? I'm just going to get this right out of the way, in case you don't want to watch this whole video and see my detailed thoughts. I gave this book 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. If I could have, I would have given it 6 out of 5. Personally, on this video, I'm giving it 6 out of 5. It's breaking the laws of mathematics. This book is fantastic. What's it about, you might ask? Well, Beauregard, let's double check. Beauregard Bug Montage. That's how I'm saying the last name. It's the word montage. Names sometimes are pronounced differently, but I don't know how else to pronounce it. So anyway, Beauregard Bug Montage used to be a getaway driver. Now he's an honest man. He's got a wife. He's got kids. He's got a daughter from a previous relationship. He's got 2 sons with his current wife. And he's a mechanic. He owns a garage. But life isn't going perfectly. He's having some money problems. And so he gets pulled back in to the criminal life, and it's a novel. It's not a little short story, so things aren't going to go smoothly. So there's your nutshell of this 6 out of 5 star book. This is my first S.A. Cosby. I bought this, I think, the week that his new one, Razorblade Tears came out, but I had to make a choice. I could afford 1 hardback, 2 trade paperbacks. I went with 2 trade paperbacks. This was one of them. And yeah, obviously it's blown me away. The writing is fantastic. It's fast paced. There's plenty of action, but the big thing here, the important thing, is the characters. The way that Cosby writes each character is just, I'm at a loss for words. I'll tell you what I posted on Twitter, I think is where I posted it. I was reminded of the same feeling I get when I read Joe Lansdale. And Joe Lansdale is one of my favorite authors. Top 5 authors. And he writes characters. I could just read his characters having a conversation. And I feel the same way about this. We're introduced to Bug during a street race. He and his cousin it's illegal street racing, but he needs money. He's at this race to get money. The rent is due on his auto shop, and he already had to get glasses for one of his kids, which took a chunk out of the budget. So he's racing. This is our introduction to him. There's a lot of car talk, but it's not bad. It's not like Tom Clancy getting into technical stuff in his novels, which drove me crazy. But anyway, so there's a lot of car talk, but we're introduced to Bug and his cousin and how he lives his life. And we learn that he's got some violent tendencies. But then we see him at home. This is when I fell in love. We see him at home. We meet his wife. We meet his kids. And just the way the characters are written, they're so fully fleshed out. You can feel the relationships between each character and how they go together, how Bug views his wife, views his sons, how he views the world. And it's just so fantastic. And so here's the thing. There's a question here. Is Beauregard a bad man trying to be good, or is he a good man who does bad things? Because I cared about this character. And it's kind of, should we care? I mean, he loves his family. And his mother's in a home. And as horrible as she is, as horrible as their relationship is, he still loves her. And he wants to do right by his family. So, you know, he's got me there. But he's also a criminal. And yeah, he's just the getaway driver, but he's still involved in criminal activities. We see him get violent with people. Now, they may be bad people, but does that mean they deserve what Beauregard, Bug, may or may not do, or what happens to them? Whew. Man, and that's the power of S.A. Cosby's writing. The fact that, you know, it would be easy to just make a character that we can just straight up root for. Hey, he's a good guy. He got himself in a bad situation. We're rooting for him. Or he could make him completely unlikable. You know, he's a bad guy. Yeah, we're following him because this is an interesting story. There's lots of action. But he's a complex character. He's not just one thing or the other thing. It's a deeper character. It's a deeper understanding. And this is what drives me to love this story. Plus all the action. I would think of racing scenes, car chases and things, as a visual thing. You know, you can watch it. Boom, you're excited. Even though I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie, I've seen plenty of car chases. But S.A. Cosby is able to write these car chases, these action scenes, at a quick pace and yet descriptive enough that you can easily see what's going on. Excuse me, I'm way too excited. I need some water. If you'll excuse me for just a moment. There we go. So yeah, the writing it's just crisp, it's clean, it's not overly flourished, it's straightforward, but it's deep, and it gives us these characters, and it makes us ask these questions, and which you don't have to. You could just read this as a straight up crime novel. It's a heist novel, it's a crime novel, but it's also deeper than that. Much deeper. As a matter of fact, in this edition, I don't know if it's in every edition, there's actually discussion questions for your book club. Which I always like when there's, Razor Blade Tears. There it is. It's the other one. So yeah, there's discussion questions, which I always find kind of neat. I have a few books that have those in there. But yeah, man, I don't know what else to say. I mean, 6 out of 5 stars tells you everything you need to know. I'm absolutely going to be getting Razor Blade Tears and reading that, and anything else I can get my hands on by S.A. Cosby. This book is so fantastic. I mean, I don't know how Mr. Cosby feels about it, about being compared to Joe Lansdale, but I can't think of any higher praise than to put this up there with Joe Lansdale. I absolutely love Mr. Lansdale, and now I love Mr. Cosby. Yeah, just, it's fantastic. There he is. There's Mr. Cosby. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. The characters, the plot, everything, just fantastic. Possibly, I'd have to go back and check my list. Possibly my favorite book this year so far, even though it didn't come out this year. Let's see. I mean, it's a newer book. Where is that copyright page? Yeah, 2020. is when it came out. This edition came out in 2021. But yeah, quite possibly the best book I've read so far this year. So there you go. We'll see. Maybe at the end of the year. I don't know if I've done it yet. Done like a top 10 favorites of the year. We'll see what I do at the end of this year. Blacktop Wasteland. S.A. Cosby. Amazing. So, all of that being said, I need a question for this video. And I don't know what it's going to be. So let me ask you this. This will be my question for this video. We'll see if anybody actually responds, if enough people see this. Do you care about the questions that I have at the end of my videos? Because I can't always think of something. Because I try to relate it to what I'm talking about. And so sometimes it's difficult for me to do that. I have to find like the most tangential thread occasionally. So do you care about these questions at the end of the video? Or, is it going to matter if I don't have one at the end of every video? Let's leave it at that. That will be my question for this video. All right. So if you have any comments, questions of your own, or corrections, please put them in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Here's a question for you. Now I'm messing up the whole formula here. So we have another question. Do you want more information on the plot of a book that I'm reviewing? I know that I did not go deep into what's going on. We got Bug, used to be a getaway driver, trying to lead an honest life, gets pulled back into life. That's basically all I've told you about this. Do you want more? I'm always concerned about spoiling things. And I don't necessarily mean more specifically on this one, but in general, how much information do you want from a review? So that's 2 questions for this video. Look at that. All right. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, fuzzy animals, and board games, I did that in the wrong order, is EricSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ErikSmith 5757. That's all I've got. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.